I think generally being a scientist is all about knowing how to collaborate and how to reach out. And, being now a doctoral student, that has become more apparent to me than ever before. So I would say for middle school and high school students, first, try to reach out to people and the resources you have, in your proximate vicinity. Reach out to those professors that could help you answer that question that excites you. In my case, I reached out to my math professor, my biology and my chemistry professor, and they were able to provide me with some initial literature I could read to try to start grappling with this question that I was interested in. Then, when you've kind of used that resource and when you've chosen your mentor, and you have to have a mentor for this Olympiad and all other project Olympiads in the world, then you can also venture out into reading a paper that you think could be applicable to your research, and then emailing the list of the authors on that paper to ask them a few questions. And that is what I've done. Most of these authors didn't respond, but a few did, and they provided me with a lot of insight on how I can develop my reactors. And then the third thing I would do is, if you're doing a project which needs some kind of experimentation, so you need a lab, you can reach out to people, to universities in your area to maybe provide you with some space and time in their lab. This is what I did in Bosnia. I emailed a lot of faculty and faculty members and a lot of departments to see whether someone would allow me to enter one of their labs. And one professor reached out back, and he said he would be happy to have me in his lab. And I am very happy to say that even 8 years after I've entered his lab, I still have a really, really good relationship with that professor. Even if you don't have to use a lab for your project, maybe if you're developing an app for something, you can still use the resources in the surrounding universities and communicate with professors who have that experience. So try to explore that. Maybe you don't even need that for your project, but that's a great resource to consider. And another thing I would go back to, you asked me, Alperen, what is the secret of a successful project? And I am very willing to share my secrets with you. So I would just say the biggest secret when you're in front of your project at the day of the competition is to be enthusiastic. No one in this world knows what you're talking about better than you do at that very moment, because you developed your project. So bring in excitement, bring in confidence, because the judging panel really loves to see that. I believe when I was competing, what they loved the most about our projects was how sure we were about what we were speaking about and how excited we were about it. So, choose a question that excites you so you will be able to present it in an exciting manner. And then another secret of success in science generally, not just in science Olympiads, is being really organized. Organize when you will do your literature research, when you will do your experiments, when you will do your writing of your research papers. So try to be very organized, and also be open to the fact that there are a lot of surprises in science. To just give you an example, thinking about Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin accidentally. We might think it was accidentally because he one moment found this mold in a petri dish, which he realized would be something useful. But imagine how many petri dishes he had to organize and put up, and how much knowledge he had to have in order to realize that this mold that was creating had to be something that is exciting. So, try to be organized and be open to surprises in science.